Hello, hello everyone. So, we have some things to test together before we can get started. First off, I would like to thank the early arrivers. All right. We have two sets of subtitles, two set of subtitles going on here. There is one on one side which is English to English, and on the other side we have English to Portuguese subtitles. They are both happening simultaneously. They're being powered by AI. It's a new technology, guys. Okay, so there's a small delay, which is common because the AI has to check my context before translating, right? And so translating, no, transliterating English to English, and then some more seconds to translate from English to Portuguese. Okay, so we have both subtitles here, and it's been a hassle. It's been a big hassle. I'm not a shaker, but I would be shaking because it's a lot of work to make these subtitles, you know, actually get to a functional state. And so be used to receiving the subtitles first in English and then in Portuguese. What I usually tell you guys is that it's the first time I do it, but anyway, what I was thinking in my head about telling you guys is that you should first check the English subtitle, and then if there is a word or an expression that you don't know about, then you go straight away to the Portuguese subtitle, and the Portuguese subtitle is going to clarify that situation. And there is a delay, so you will have time to check the same expression in English now in Portuguese. Okay, so we can use the delay to our advantage, right? Okay, people, let's get started. I believe it's time. I believe it's time to get started. So, do you guys know me? I think you know me by now. You probably checked the intro class. But for those who don't know me, I'm Bruno Garcia. I'm the founder and director at Black and White Language Solutions. And I'm here today to teach you a class of business English, which is English for meetings, negotiations, job interviews, calls, emails, these kind of, skills that we usually have at work, overall. And so today we have a very special topic, a topic that you guys voted on. But before we get to it, I would like to know you a little bit more. Okay. I would like you to type on the chat box what's your name, what's your profession, and where are you joining from. Okay. Such as my case, Bruno Garcia, director at Black and White, from Balneário Camboriú, Santa Catarina. Joining from Balneário Camboriú, Santa Catarina. Okay, so if you could please type on the chat box your name, your position at work. If you want to name your company, feel free to do so, and where you're joining from. Okay, where you're speaking from, where you're joining from. Let's see where you guys are talking from. Or participating from, actually, right? Since we won't have a direct talking participation this time. So, let us see, let us see. Oh, you don't have to, if you want to phrase it like a paragraph, no problem. But if you just want to, go straight away and just type the information, just as it is in my example here, feel free to do so, all right? We're not analyzing English yet, okay? We got Felipe Campos, we got Josi Almeida, Josi, personal assistant, Rio de Janeiro. We got Felipe Campos, application manager at Klockner Pentaplast, São Paulo Rock. São Roque, sorry, São Paulo. Let me see if I skipped somebody. Okay. Isabelle, English teacher at Black and White from Macapá, Amapá. Ana Paula Stein Santos, Ana Stein, professor at Univale Itajaí, Santa Catarina. Flávio Afonso Reis from Belo Horizonte. I'm a student. Hello, Flávio. Gustavo Nascimento. My name is Gustavo. I work at application consultant and I'm from São Paulo in the city of Santo André. Okay. Good evening. Good evening, Marcelo. Okay, people. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Carla, English teacher. Another English. Very nice. Another English teacher from Macapá, Amapá, right? Is that it? I think it's we have another. I'm having a deja vu here. Macapá, Amapá. Two English teachers from Macapá, Amapá, which is a kind of a tongue twister, isn't it? Okay, okay. You're not testing me now, are you? Luciana, marketing professional, also from Balneário Camboriú. Okay, Luciana. Bruna, sales rep, Andola, Itajaí, Santa Catarina. Very nice. Andola. I think I know you, Bruna, from somewhere. Marlon, Belo Horizonte, head of payments. Okay. Ah, nice. A lot of diversity, a lot of professional and geographic diversity. I like it. Jeet, your English teacher. Okay. I think he's from India. Am I right? Am I right? I think I know this guy too. Okay, people. Anybody else? Let's get started. I think it's time to get started. Okay, Business English Live Professional Skills. This is going to be not only a sequence, but a sequence of sequences. Calm down, I'm going to explain. We're going to have many sequences of live classes. Okay, the first live sequence is on professional meetings. This topic was selected by you guys in the Google form. We're going to have the next sequence, or maybe a sequence, probably the next one, on emails and messages, professional messages. Then we're going to have job interviews, a sequence of lives, which means many lives about that topic. Calls and remote communication, negotiation and influence, documents and reports, presentations, pitching, leadership and feedback, and finally, networking. Okay, so there are going to be a lot of live classes. We're talking about tens and tens of live classes. And we're starting off with Business English Live Professional Meetings, the first topic. Okay, we're going to have 8 live classes going on. Okay, we're going to start with the architecture of a meeting, structure, purpose, and presence. Then we're going to have before the meeting, live class 3, opening and structuring. Then the art of participating. Live class 5, we're going to have leading and facilitating. The final touch, special scenarios, and finally the last live, Q&A plus live role plays. You're going to take part in this live class. All right, so we have 8 live classes about business meetings. We're going to get deep. We're going to cut close to the bone, okay? So the first class is the architecture of a meeting, structure, purpose, and presence in professional meetings. This class, what we're going to see on this class, real meetings dynamics, what is a truly professional meeting, 5 reasons to schedule a meeting, 6 phases of a meeting life cycle. Then part 2, the business English part, where we're going to practice vocabulary, functional phrases, then your turn, simulation practice. Part 3, soft skills and strategic behavior, cultural contrasts in international meetings, which is very important, mastering turn taking, invisible rules. And finally, part 4, learner boost, readiness for independence, using AI to boost English. So this last part is about that independence part, when we teach you how to learn without needing our help. Of course, we're not going to teach you everything in the first live, but every single live is going to bring a new topic to be addressed, and that topic or that tool is going to help you to become independent. It's going to raise your readiness, English readiness, okay? So let's start. Real meeting dynamics, from purpose to follow up, how real meetings are built. Let's start with a question. What is the difference? A question for you guys. Okay. What is the difference between a meeting and a conversation? I would like to know that from you. If you could please type on the chat box, what is the difference between a meeting and just a conversation? If you had to explain to, I don't know, a child, or okay, a preteen, how would you explain that? What is the difference between a meeting and just a conversation? Let's check the chat. Level of formality, we have here an answer. Okay. At this point, I won't judge and I won't say right or wrong, okay, guys? So feel free to just shoot it. Meeting is formal and convo is informal. Okay. So we're handing on formality here, right? So meetings are formal. In a meeting, you have to present some specific topic. Okay. All right. That's something. That's something. There must have a central topic, right? Okay. Anything else, guys? The purpose? Straight to the point. I like it. The meetings have a purpose. Again, the purpose. So we have formality on the balance here. And then we have purpose, like a central topic, as it was mentioned. Oh, interesting. Interesting. We're getting somewhere here. Meeting is normally focused in one specific topic, and in a conversation, we may have many topics to be discussed. The meeting has a purpose. Okay. Thank you, Fernanda. I saw what you did there. I'm seeing that. You corrected your sentence. Very good. That's it. So we're leaning on pretty much formality level and the minutes. Okay. The minutes formal for a formal meeting. Right. And also the purpose. Okay. Let's check what we have here. What is the difference between a meeting and a conversation? Conversations are open and fluid. Okay. And meetings are structured, purposeful, and result oriented. Okay. Or at least they should be result oriented, right? A meeting must have clear goals, time management, and tangible outcomes, right? Okay. But you hit on the spot there, okay, guys? Purpose, formality, goal. What are the typical objectives for a meeting? Typical objectives for a meeting. Why do we organize and schedule meetings, people? What is it that drives us to, schedule a meeting? What are the reasons? Oh, we have some more replies to conversation versus meeting. Meeting is normally focused on one specific topic, and in a conversation, we may have many topics to be discussed, many new words. So we have here the fluidity we were talking about earlier, right? And what are the typical objectives for a meeting? Why do we schedule meetings? Like wide objectives, right? We don't have to get too specific. Solution finding. Okay, find solutions. I like that. So you have, it's like problem solving, right? A problem to be solved. There you go. Josie just said that. Fine, fine. This is one of the main kinds of meetings, I would say, right? Any other kinds? Just problem solving? Solution outline, right? Solution mainly to put out fires, people. Those are the kinds of meetings that you're having. Present a topic, receiving feedback. Receiving feedback, presenting a topic. Define the goals of the department. That's right. So here we have defining goals, like planning. Let's call it planning, right? Sharing information, so to inform, right? Making decisions, finding solutions, and building relationships. Ah, this one. You're a teacher, Carla. You sound like an HR professional. And that's a compliment, actually. Set goals, present a topic to the team to find a solution. Thank you, guys. I would like to keep reading, but we have to move on. 5 reasons professionals bring people together. Okay, what are the typical objectives for a meeting? Inform, plan, decide, co create, like create together, and negotiate. Right? Those are the main reasons. They are not the only ones, but they are the main ones. Okay, guys. So you are all correct in the chat, even though it's not here. Some of the reasons you mentioned. Okay. What are the key phases in a business meeting? This one I'm just gonna go ahead because yeah, time is short. The full life cycle of a business meeting. The 6 essential stages every effective meeting goes through. What are the key phases in a business meeting? Preparation, invitation and confirmation, kickoff, execution, closure, follow up. 2 of those are pre-meeting, right? Preparation and invitation and confirmation are before the meeting. Kickoff, execution, and closure during the meeting, and follow up afterwards. We're going to work through all these steps throughout the lives in this sequence. Okay, we're gonna have a live that it's gonna be talking essentially about preparation and invitation and confirmation, which is the next live class. Okay, we're gonna have the next one about kickoff, then execution, then closure and follow up, right? So we're going to have each live talking about 1 or 2 of these topics. Okay, we're gonna get deep into it. All right, but pretty much preparation. It's set objective and participants, draft and share the agenda, select the time and platform. 2, invitation and confirmation. Those are before the meeting, right? Send calendar invites, confirm key participants, share relevant materials in advance. And then we have kickoff, execution, closure, follow up. Don't you worry, guys. I'm going to provide this workbook. All these slides are going to be available for you guys after the meeting, and you can check it out and study it. So if I move on to the next slide, don't freak out. But also, you can, just screenshot right now and keep checking if you want. All right, in meeting structure, an objective opening, agenda alignment, focus discussion, and summary plus follow up. Okay, so in meeting, we're talking here, right? In meeting, we have objective opening, agenda alignment, focus discussion, summary plus follow up. These are the 4 steps of an organized, effective meeting. Okay, and what I want to know from you guys right now is if your meetings they follow this structure here: objective opening, agenda alignment, focus discussion, summary plus follow up. Please take a screenshot, what we call print screen here in Brazil, a screenshot, because I'm going to take you guys to Mentimeter, a different tool, so you guys can participate. I'm going to show you how you can do it, right? Mentimeter. It's pretty simple. It's no biggie. Do your business meetings usually follow a clear structure like that? It's very simple for you guys to access Mentimeter. You can either scan the QR code, or you can use the code. You can log in menti.com. On the top, you can see menti.com and use the code 67831 5216. Let me copy this and share on our group. And you can take part and reply. If you just have one device and you're using it to take part in the live, uh, just you can still participate. Just take some time off from the live and reply there. Okay, we're having our first replies here. To log into menti.com and then use the code here and you can take part. We're gonna use this Mentimeter today like 5-6 times, so it's nice that we practice right now. All right. Oh, we're getting our first replies here. Let me see here. We have some sometimes, not bad. We have a hardly ever. Sometimes. We have two almost always. Are you guys being able to? Okay. We have another almost always. Some people are voting just now. Let me check the chat here. Are you guys being able to vote, people? Hello, David. We're running a poll now about business meetings, right? Do your business meetings usually follow a clear structure? And sometimes is winning, followed by almost always. And I'm surprised that almost always is there. Almost leading. I'm surprised. Yes. Probably we're talking about big companies here. So we have, as of now, sometimes is the champion with 6 votes, and almost always 4 votes, hardly ever 2 votes. Okay. So yeah, and we have we don't have a single always. Okay, but we also don't have a never, which is it balances the scale, right? And I was gonna ask you why do you think that happened, but we got many diverse too many diverse answers to get to this next step. So let's move on. Part 2, Business English. Now we start practicing, people. Words and expressions that shape a professional meeting. Now we get to it. Essential vocabulary, words and expressions that shape a professional meeting. And now we're going to Mentimeter again, or Mentimeter, British English, right? And then we're gonna check what you have before we start teaching. Write 3 words you associate with business meetings. Okay, people. Now you can scan here, or you can, again, join Menti and use the code and write 3 words you associate with business meetings. We're doing an exercise that we're actually using a tool called Word Cloud here. Three words you associate with business meetings. It doesn't have to be fancy, it could be anything. Just don't write the word meeting itself. That would be cheating. Oh, we're receiving it. We're getting it. We have objectives, law, goals, organization, agenda, problems, objectives, deadline. We have timeline. We have align. Very good. Very good. What else do we have here? Hierarchy, formality, deadline. Did I say it? Budget, plan, subject. We have come, which I don't know what the person meant, but okay. Set up, co-create, emails, and it's growing. The words that are growing, people, is because many people wrote it. Like agenda, a lot of people wrote it, so that's why it's bigger, right? And the ones that are smaller, it's because it was probably typed just once. We have evolution, we have communication, we have presentation as well. All right. Thank you, people. Very nice. Very nice. Let's move on because now it's my turn. I told you not to bring the word meeting, but I brought it. Plot twist, right? Essential vocabulary, words and expressions that shape a professional meeting. Repeat after me, people. Yes, I want you to repeat after me. I don't care if you're, I don't know, in an airport or, you know, attending a live, participating from an Uber ride. I want you to repeat after me out loud, okay? Voice it. Meeting, agenda, minutes, objective, participants, to table a point, follow up, action items, takeaways, next steps, host, facilitator, meeting leader, chairperson. One more time. Meeting, agenda, minutes, objective, participants, to table a point, follow up, action items, takeaways, next steps, host, facilitator, meeting leader, chairperson. Guys, if the subtitles here go a little crazy, is because they need context, okay? For example, minutes, if I don't say meeting minutes, now it's probably going to be right. Let's check the Portuguese translation of meeting minutes. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so with context, it works better. That's why. Without context, minutes are going to be related to time. So, meeting, a planned discussion with a specific goal involving two or more people. Agenda, a list of topics to be discussed during the meeting. Minutes, the official written summary of what was discussed and decided. Objective, the main goal or goals or purposes of the meeting. Participants, the people invited to join and contribute to the meeting. To table a point, to bring up a topic for discussion. Note, in US English, it can mean to postpone. So here, cultural issues here, right? Follow up, any action or communication that happens after the meeting to ensure results. Action items, specific tasks assigned to people during the meeting. Takeaways, key points or lessons remembered from the meeting. Next steps, the agreed future actions after the meeting ends. Host, the person who organizes and opens the meeting. Facilitator, the person who guides the flow and keeps people engaged. Meeting leader, responsible for the content, the decisions, and outcomes of the meeting. Chairperson, the formal authority who presides over structured or official meetings. What is the difference between or among, right? Host, facilitator, meeting leader, and chairperson. Confusing, right? It may be a bit confusing, but let's check it together. A host organizes and opens the meeting, welcomes participants, sets the tone, and closes the session. May also be the facilitator or leader in smaller meetings. Okay, so in smaller meetings, host is also the facilitator and leader. Okay, facilitator guides the flow and participation, keeps the team engaged and on topic, ensures equal contribution and time management, may be neutral and not content involved. The leader drives the content and decisions, owns the agenda and outcomes, leads the discussion and aligns the group, may be the project owner or decision maker. And the chair, or chairperson, or chairman, chairwoman, holds formal authority over the meeting process, controls time, order, and procedural decisions, chairs boards, committees, and formal meetings. Chairs boards, committees, and formal meetings. Not always involved in content, focuses on protocol. So, chairperson is for those boards, committees, okay? Serious stuff, really serious stuff, okay? And then, before we continue, guys, I wanna do another activity with you guys on Mentimeter. Which of these roles are usually present in your meetings? You can select more than one. The roles are host, facilitator, meeting leader, chairperson. I want to know which of these roles are usually present in your meetings. Okay, guys, you can select all four of them if that's what happens, or just one. Okay, have some votes here. Host, facilitator, meeting leader. Right, good. One chairperson. One chairperson. We got many hosts, many facilitators, a lot of meeting leaders, which is common in Brazil mainly, right? But we do have many hosts and facilitators here. Yeah, they're both tied and close to the first position, which is meeting leader. Yeah? And chairperson, we have one here. There's one. And now host, 8. So there it is. Meeting leader, another one. I mean, it's pretty evened out across meeting leader, a host, and facilitator. And there is one chairperson here, which I'm kind of curious to know whose it is. Chat, please. Chat box. Who already had a meeting or has meetings with a chairperson here? Please. Come out, come out. Whatever you are. Say something on the chat box, the person who has meetings with a chairperson. We would like to know, right guys? We would like to know. Essential vocabulary, words and expressions. Guys, what I would like you to do now is an activity like this. Don't say the word in Portuguese, okay? The word is written in Portuguese there, but I want you to say the word that you're seeing here in English. Remember this word in English, number 1, and say it out loud. Meeting. All right? Number 2, don't say the word in Portuguese. Just say it out loud in English. And I'm not going to say it. It's gonna be you. Okay? Number two, come on, you should be able to recollect it. Number three, they're similar but different, right? They're not similar. I mean, they happen in opposite ends of the meaning, right? Number four, number five, number six. Do you remember that? Number six, number seven, number eight. I said seven. Seven is pretty easy. That's why I just kind of skipped it. Number nine. Do you remember number nine? 10. 10, it's, come on, it's easy, right? Number 11. Number 12. Easy, right? Number 13. Number 14. How did you guys do? How many did you get wrong? How many couldn't you do? How many did you get wrong? You can type it on the chat box, okay, guys? I want to know how many you couldn't remember. You weren't able to remember and say it. And if you could type if there was only one or two, if you could type the words that you couldn't remember in English. Josie couldn't remember one. Which one was it, Josie? Four. Paprikiet couldn't remember four of them. You see, it's funny because it seems like you got it, but then when it's time for you to recall and say it, it kind of eludes you, right? Table a point. Okay, table a point. Which this is the one that there is a small cultural issue going, right, between British and American registers, right? Well, the other ones, you got it. You got them all correct, guys. Anna couldn't remember 9. Take away. Yes. And it's in this case it's plural, right, Anna? Takeaways, but it could be takeaway. Usually it's used in plural, okay, Anna? Usually. And am I supposed to believe that the other ones got all of them correct? Oh, Bruna actually got 7. Oh, when you say 7 is like number 7 was wrong, or you couldn't 7 of them? Because it could be follow up, just, right? But I believe Bruna is talking about she couldn't remember 7 of them. Gustavo Nascimento couldn't remember 2. Okay. Let's move on. Let's keep going. So now we're creating some sentences using these words and expressions. Okay, guys? So the first sentence, follow the sentence with me. Hi, everyone. If we haven't met, I'm Frank. I'll be acting as the chairperson for this meeting. Let's begin by reviewing the agenda and the objectives. Frank then is the chairperson or the chairman. Okay. Next, the meeting leader should have provided all participants with the minutes and the follow-up action items from last time. Before we move on, I'd like to table a point that came up in yesterday's call. The facilitator helped keep the discussion focused, and the host wrapped up by summarizing the key takeaways and assigning next steps. Ooh, that's business. Ooh, that's business. And here it is for you guys to check if you got all these sentences right. Okay? It's just for you to check if you got them right. Again, you're going to have access to all of this presentation. So, all the slides in this presentation. Don't you worry. Your turn. Yeah, now is your turn. Now it's your turn. Essential vocabulary use words and expressions that shape a professional meeting. Now you're going to create sentences using these words here and expressions, all right? And your sentences are going to go to Mentimeter. Ha 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 ha. Let's go to Mentimeter again, people. Next one. Create your own sentences using the words and expressions from the last slide. Do you guys need me to go back there for you to take a screenshot or something? Is it necessary? I can do it really briefly. There you go. If you want to take a screenshot or something to produce your sentences, here's your chance. Yeah. Let's get back. So now you're going to have to type your sentence, okay, guys? Type your sentence using those words and expressions. It's your time to produce now, to create. No need to be too fancy, okay? I know we're going to take a little bit longer for this one. You may create more than one sentence if you want. You can create like shorter sentences. Huh. Yes, you guys wanted to take a screenshot, right? Do you need me to? I can leave it there for a while. Help you guys out. Are you guys using what? A notebook? And by notebook, I mean a physical notebook. I mean, not a laptop. Okay, a notebook? Or are you typing somewhere the sentence? I'm kind of. This one you should reply on the chat, okay? In the chat box. And the sentences themselves. Oh, Josie created on the chat box. That works as well. The participants of the meeting decided to table a point for discussion in the next session. Ooh. Very nice, Josie. Very nice. Impressed. Really impressed. Now that we have all the participants, we can start the meeting. Okay. I mean, people would understand that, but if you want to be sound more natural, I would say now that all the participants are here or are present, we can start the meeting because having the participants is weird. In Portuguese, we say temos, right? This, right? And it makes sense. In English, you got to be careful with the use of have, you know? And this situation may be a little weird. So I would say now that all the participants are here, we can start the meeting. But I think they would understand that. I wouldn't say it myself, right? As host of this meeting, I want to bring the next steps for this project. Okay? Participants are responsible for the action items in the next steps. Okay, used a lot of expressions that we learned. Let me remove this from here. The meeting was very helpful. Today the agenda is review our results and planning the goals for next season. Today the agenda is reviewing our results. Okay. After verb to be, usually if there is a verb, it's gonna be inflected in ing, which we call gerund. Okay, that's grammar. I'm the host of this meeting. I'm the host of this meeting. The agenda for today is listed in this slide, and we also have here the objectives and the takeaways to be discussed today. Very good. Clap, clap, clap. I'm a little nervous because next week I'll be the meeting leader of the early formal meeting at the company usually, and had not prepared the agenda yet. And I have not prepared the agenda yet. Okay. The meeting have 5 topics to follow up. Hmm. The meeting has, but I don't think the meeting would have anything, you know. Again, the use of have being a little like we do in Portuguese, but in English they don't do it like this. I would say that there are 5 topics to follow up in the meeting. So I would kind of sometimes you just have to restructure and talk about one thing first. Like there are 5 topics to follow up in the meeting. Then you have a more naturally sounding sentence. Let's avoid digressions and stick to the agenda, please. Very. That's business. That's business. Let's avoid digressions and stick to the agenda, please. Amazing. Amazing. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed. Great sentences, all of them. Great sentences. And some of them, A class. Really good stuff. That was not very business of me. Really good content produced by yourselves. Okay, let's keep going. Let me see if I lost some comments here. Good, 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 good. Let's go to part 3. Soft skills and strategic behavior. How culture, presence, and strategic communication shape your impact in meetings. We're going to talk about culture now here. Cultural contrast. What does it mean to be professional in a meeting? Kind of subjective, or is it? It involves time to speak versus interrupting, formality, yes, titles, tone, participation by rank, in some countries more than others, silence, respectful versus uncomfortable. All these things come into play when we talk about being professional in a meeting. In Brazil, talking about time to speak. In Brazil or the US, speaking up quickly can show enthusiasm. So it's not something bad if you speak quickly, depending on the occasion. It may be something good, positive. You're showing enthusiasm, all right? But in Japan or Sweden, people tend to pause more and wait for a clear opening. So they are more ponderous. They wait, they pause. So maybe they would feel a little bit defensive with, a Brazilian kind of speaking fast and nonstop. So there's something to watch if you're having a meeting with Nordic people or Japanese. All right. There's more here. Formality. In the UK or Germany, formal titles and polite tone are expected, while in Australia or the US, first names and informality are common. So you see, you got Europe being different from Australia and the US, North America, right? Participation by rank. In Brazil, juniors often contribute early. Juniors, like people who just entered the company, they already have a voice, right? In India or South Korea, they might wait for higher ups to lead. So, yeah, in India or South Korea, they wait for their seniors to lead, and then they might say something or not, right? Silence. In Japan and Germany, silence shows respect and thoughtfulness. In Brazil or the US, it may feel awkward or uncertain. Yeah. So it depending on the silence, it may feel like you're, you know, defensive or uncertain, right? And in Japan and Germany, that's common, which is funny because I have this Canadian, you know, friend, and it took me a while to get used to his long stares. He would stare at me in silence, you know, and then I realized some other guys in his circle of friends would do the same, all, you know, foreigners. And then I understood that they were not afraid of the silence, and actually silence meant they were thinking about what you said or thinking about what to do next. And this would go also in informal situations such as buying pizza together. We were sharing a pizza, so we were deciding the flavors, and they would just stare for a long time in silence. You know, they were thinking. In Brazil, we would fill up that time with gibberish, with anything, right? And it would maybe get in the way of selecting the flavors fast, you know. So it's a cultural thing mostly. So let's check the comments here. Yeah, there's turn taking. This is the next one. Mastering turn taking. Mastering turn taking. Speak, yield, mediate. Okay? So speak. Be concise and intentional when you speak. Yield. Know when to pause, invite others, or let go. Mediate. Help people connect, ask, reframe, bridge ideas. Okay? So this is interesting, guys. This is very interesting because I get the feeling sometimes that people think they have to speak in meetings to show, to make a difference, to shine, right? So to speak. There, it's like my opportunity to shine. I believe it is your opportunity to shine, but not necessarily by speaking nonstop or speaking at every single point that is being raising, you know. So what is it that I'm trying to say? I'm trying to tell you that sometimes it's better to speak less, but when you do, you speak politely, you acknowledge what the other person is saying before continuing. You cannot show that you're just waiting for your turn to speak. This is terrible in dialogues, in normal conversation. It's even worse in meetings. It's like you can't wait for the other person to stop talking so you may start. You know, you cannot. If people realize you're doing that, you're screwed. You know, you're not gonna get any sort of sympathy from them, from anyone. Even though you say sometimes spot on things, still, because of the behavior of wanting to talk, you can't you can't show that you want to talk. You know, it's got to be something. I have to talk now because I have to contribute. I have something to contribute here. It's something that I really need to speak, and that's why I'm speaking. And still, the way you do it, you can't cut anybody, or you can't really do it without acknowledging first what somebody said. Like Thomas said something, and you said, yeah, that makes sense. And also, and then you continue and say what you have to say. So you just acknowledge first, and then you keep going. So there are ways of saying things, and sometimes you just have to let go. Sometimes, you know, you had something to say, but I don't know, five people already talked about it. So it's dragging, you know. So you yield. No problem. Let go. Let go. Because if you insist, people are going to see, come on. We talked about the topic for like 15 minutes. Couldn't he or she, couldn't they keep it for themselves? Because it wasn't that much of a big deal what he or she spoke. So if you speak after a lot of people spoke about something and it's not something explosive, people are going to think, they should have been quiet, probably, you know. So learn to let go as well. I do it even in my, you know, daily conversations. We should definitely do it in meetings as well. Invisible rules. Can you see the title here? It's sort of invisible. Nah, not so much. What no one tells you, but everyone notices. Okay? Don't cut others. Don't cut others. Acknowledge before responding. And stay constructive even when disagreeing. Okay, we're gonna have a class about difficult situations, how to disagree, keeping your politeness and your persuasiveness. Okay, but pretty much those are the rules that we know about, but sometimes we can't, abide by them, right? And we should, especially if we're having international meetings with, foreigners. So, what does it mean to be professional in a meeting? It's all about clarity, timing, tone, diplomacy. Okay, have to be clear, have to respect timing, use the right tone, and be diplomatic. Your turn. Let's simulate something now. Imagine you're in a Zoom call with three US executives and a German manager. What shifts, what changes in your tone, timing, or word choice? Why? Okay, so three US executives and a German manager. What changes in your behavior, your tone, your timing, or word choice? And we're doing this one on Mentimeter again. Yeah, a call with three US executives and a German manager. What shifts in your tone, timing, or word choice? If you started typing on the chat box, just copy and paste it in Mentimeter, please. Does anything change at all? Or you're just going to continue as you would, taking part in a meeting with Brazilians or your nationality? Word choices, because depending on what I'm saying, they'll have a certain behavior, I think. Josie would pretty much be careful with the choosing of words. Definitely. I would too, Josie. What else, guys? A call with three US executives and a German manager. Not an easy call. What would shift in your tone, timing, or word choice? Bear different cultural backgrounds in mind. Okay. And act accordingly when dealing with each individual. Bear different cultural backgrounds in mind and act accordingly with dealing with each individual. So you would ah personalize your communication according to the individual you're talking to. All right. Interesting. You're talking to the German. The German is a manager, right? The German manager, you would talk in a way, you would behave in a certain way. When you talk to the Americans, you would behave in another way. But I bet you would try to aim in the middle, right? Not to seem like you have like two different personalities, right? Because I would do something similar as well. Follow the manager way. Formality always. I like that one. Follow the manager, because people usually, of course, I don't know if there's such a thing as too formal. Probably, right? But formal, not too formal, just formal. It's usually a safe place to be, right? Be engaging and persuasive with US executives, but direct and precise with the German manager. Very nice. Very nice. So maybe the communication is similar, but the way you deliver the words, the energy, that would change a little bit, maybe, right? Anybody else? I I'm seeing that you guys are tending to act differently overall. It's just that one decided to follow the German manager because of the formality, but you all changed. Something shifted in the way you would act, you would behave. I would be formal as I usually do. Mm, okay. Formality. So maybe formality is some sort of anchor here, right? Some, like, you can, maybe what you're doing is you're hiding behind formality. Maybe what a lot of people do is that, hiding behind formality. And there's not a criticism or anything. It's just something safe, I guess. Formality. I was watching this TV show called Young Pope, The Young Pope, with Jude Law, and he gave a speech. He delivered a speech about, like, a monologue about being formal and how it is important to keep formality. It's one of my favorite scenes in the show. I think you guys are done, right? So I'm gonna keep going. If anybody has another one, just send on the chat or something, and I read later. Part four, finally. Let me check it. Oh, formality is a safe place to be. Tati Lubas. I agree. Part four now. Learner Boost, Independent English Readiness. Guys, part four is about making you independent, okay? We're not gonna make you independent in one single life, but when you bring all these changes, tools that we, together, then it amounts to something big, okay? Learner Boost, we're gonna talk about tools, habits, mindset, nutrition, behavior, exercises, activities, immersion, meditation, supplementation, and artificial intelligence, of course. Who doesn't talk about artificial intelligence nowadays, right? And Learner Boost number one is using AI to prepare, simulate, and activate your English. Okay, so today we're going to train you to use AI to your advantage while learning English. So we're not talking about teachers, we're not talking about schools, we're talking about AI helping you out. Okay, we're going to talk about AI helping you in many live classes. Okay, this is just the first. We're going to talk about it. Today we're going to talk about the famous one, the most famous one, ChatGPT. All right. Learner Boost number one, how to prompt ChatGPT effectively. There is a way, guys, I'm gonna talk to you right now. There is a way to use ChatGPT that works best, even the free version. Okay, we're talking about the free version here. If you follow these steps, then it's worth using ChatGPT. If you don't follow these steps, it's not worth using ChatGPT. It may give you information that you can't count on, commit more mistakes. The percentage of times they give, it gives you information that is wrong, increases if you don't follow these steps. So I'm going to give you 4 steps to finally use ChatGPT the way you should be using. All right. You don't have to use it only to study English. Use these steps for everything. If you want to, I don't know, you're after a lawyer, need a lawyer, you can use ChatGPT to help you. Following these 4 steps, you're gonna get a good lawyer. Rest assured, you're gonna get a good lawyer. You're gonna write a good article. You're gonna get the right information for your research. You're gonna get the right code if you're coding, and if you're wanting to write a sheet on Excel, and I don't know, you gotta check ChatGPT. You still You gotta use those 4 steps I'm gonna teach you right now. Okay, guys? So pay attention. Step 1, set the AI's role. We're talking about ChatGPT, but could be with any AI that will work as well. Okay? Set the AI's role. Act, example. Here's an example. And I want you guys to do it, okay? You're gonna realize that. Act as my business English coach specialized in professional meetings. Give me clear, practical feedback based on my learning goals. This is you telling it or them, the AIs, who to be. You're gonna be that. Now you're that. Okay? Act as. This is the key expression here. Act as, and then say what it is supposed to act as. Okay? Give it, step 2, give it context. Okay? I'm a B1 learner, or I'm a A2, a C1 learner, your level, studying business English for meetings. I've just watched a class and want to practice the content. Use simple, clear English, but push me when possible. You're giving it context and a little bit of, you're suggesting some ways of acting as well, right? Step 3, define the task. Now is the task, okay? Create 30 exercises, 30, 20, 15, 40, as many as you want. 30 exercises based on the script I'm providing. Because I'm going to give you this script for this class, okay, guys? And the slides and everything after the class, and you can feed it to the ChatGPT here on this activity. Based on the script I'm providing, focus on the vocabulary and phrases in context, including matching, fill in the blanks, sentence building, short answers based on realistic meetings, and role plays prompts. And then class script. Okay? Class script. I'm going to give you the class script, and you can just, boom, paste it all together. Step 4, ask for review and feedback. Review my answers. Correct them, explain my mistakes clearly, and give me better versions with suggestions. Add a few examples to reinforce correct usage, and then questions and answers all together in the same prompt. Okay. Of course, you got to send the questions as well. Even though it created, it won't necessarily be able to match the answers with the questions. So you got to send the questions again with the answers just after. It could be all of them. Okay, and then it's gonna give you feedback. It's gonna be amazing, I can assure you, if you follow these 4 steps. And that's precisely what I want you guys to do. Okay, use this exact prompt here, those steps here with the prompts that are being exemplified, to exercise after this live class. Okay, I'm gonna give you the script and you're gonna be able to do it. So step 1, 2, and 3, they go all together in the prompt. You don't write 3 different prompts. You write step 1, 2, and 3 at the same time, okay? And then step 4, after you do the exercises, you send this prompt here with the questions and answers just after. Guys, are you with me? I get a little bit uh, excited when I talk about AI in English. Are you guys able to follow? Being able to follow everything I said here? Who amongst you already knew about these things? You already knew it? Was it, or was it new for you? You can type it on the chat box, please. I'm curious. Okay, you're following. Yes, yes, yes. Nice. Good. Everything you do, guys, follow these 4 steps. Okay, don't ever use ChatGPT or any artificial intelligence without following the steps. Okay? Give them a profile, contextualize, ask for the task, and then, sort of keep asking if you're not happy with the first answer. That happens a lot. The first answer sometimes is a bummer. You have to ask. And then the second is much better. and the third is the one you're after. Okay, the third is the one you're after, usually, not the first answer. You got to be a little persistent, so to speak. But when you get your reply, the golden reply, it's like, oh, that's exactly what I was looking for. Okay, this is new for me, but I did the exercises you sent. Nice touchy new thing. It's my co ChatGPT is my co-author. So Anna, you're an expert as well. Let's continue here. Okay, finally, Learner Boost number one, pro tips. Okay, how to prompt ChatGPT effectively. Some more tips, okay, guys. The clearer you are, the better ChatGPT performs. Okay. If it answers something too generic, rephrase your prompt. Okay. If it's too easy, ask, make this more challenging. Persist if you're not happy with an answer. Okay. Use AI like a sparring partner. Sparring partner. You're training not just your English, but your learning strategy. Okay. Guys, ChatGPT is very helpful studying anything, but studying English is extra helpful. Extra helpful. It's not yet replacing teachers, but it's a powerful tool to use. Okay. And I'm talking just about the free version. You don't have to. ChatGPT Plus, I guess, is the paid version, not the Pro one, the Plus, right? Not there's no need. Okay, just the free version. That would be more than enough using the steps I just told you. Best prompt engineer. I don't know if I'm the best, but I've been doing it a lot. Okay. Finally, guys, homework. First homework already given. AI guided studies. Okay, AI guided studies. I just showed you the first homework. There it is. Here it is, the first homework. Sorry. Actually, here it is. There you go. This is the first homework, okay, guys? You're gonna have this slide here, all of the slides, and then you're gonna know what to do exactly. You can copy and paste. You can select the text, copy and paste. Okay, that's the first homework. The second homework, I'm going to deliver to you guys during the week, and it's gonna be Google form. You're gonna type it on Google Forms, select the right answer, and so forth. And it's going to be given to you during this week now. All right. And well, next class, we're going to have live class 2 before the meeting, how to prepare and schedule with excellence. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to get deep into actually how to perform a meeting. And in this case, we're going to start from the very beginning, which is preparing and scheduling the meeting. That's next class. All right. And so, people, that's it. We are Black and White. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Right. I hope you enjoyed. It's our very first live class, so we're learning how to use the tools, the subtitling. I know it seems like it's something simple, but it gave me a great deal of pain to set up these subtitles, right? And Mentimeter and everything. So we're gonna get better with time, all right? And I hope you enjoyed. And that's it. Let me see if you're saying anything here. That's your chance to say your goodbyes, people. No, not your goodbyes. Your see you laters, right? Thank you, Bruna. I loved it so much as well. I really liked it. I love technology. I love English, and I was able to join them. And having you guys here, really interested and speaking such great business English. Ooh, amazing! It was awesome. Thanks a bunch. Thank you, Carla. Thank you. Thanks, Bruno. It was very helpful. See you. See you, Anna. Thanks for being here. Thank you, Andrea. Have a good one, Matthews. Thank you for being here, man. Thank you for being here. That's it, guys. Thank you so much, and see you in the next class.